Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar took her presidential campaign to New Hampshire today for a home of the first in the nation presidential primary.
That's ahead of a major national television appearance tonight. Klobuchar is one of 11 Democrats officially running for president in 2020. Many are using the President's Day long weekend to visit voters in key states. It is the first step in securing their party's nomination. And Pat Kessler was just in Iowa getting a feel for Senator Klobuchar's reception as she kicks off her campaign, and he joins us now. Wow, busy.
I know, and it's still a year from the first primary and a couple of years till the election. So, my goodness, Klobuchar is getting a lot of national exposure after her presidential announcement last week in a Minnesota snowstorm. This past weekend, she campaigned in the Midwest, and tonight she is in New Hampshire. Klobuchar telling voters at a Goffstown, New Hampshire tavern that she is tough enough to beat President Trump, comparing her own Minnesota Midwestern roots to New Hampshire's famous independence.
I come from a state that believes in that. I announced my candidacy in the snow for a reason. I wanted to show the nation that northern, the bold north, the heartland, true grit is right there and matters in an election. And also I did it by the river because I believe it's time in our country to cross the river of our divides.
Klobuchar spent this past weekend meeting voters in Wisconsin and Iowa, which she says are critical to her presidential bid. She hit the road with multiple stops in Wisconsin and Iowa, near Minnesota, of course. She's telling voters she is from the heartland and pitching what she calls heartland economics, a focus on rural jobs and health care, and voters who she says were left behind in America's economic recovery. Now, tonight, Klobuchar is going to get even more national exposure with an hour-long nationally televised town hall meeting on CNN at 9 o'clock. Amelia, really unusual to get this much attention this early in a campaign. I mean, It's only a week that she's been in the race.
Exactly, and there are 11 candidates going
for
in
now.
I would say for now.
Yes.
How do you think she'll do?
Well, you know what? Early on, she's got to thread this needle, and she does have a shot. Her theory and her strategy is use Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Michigan. Now, she's very strong in these states. She is pitching to Democratic voters that she is somebody who has won in Minnesota in places that Trump won a couple of years ago, and she says she can do it in the entire Midwest. But she's got to do it early. She's got to be strong, and she's got to raise a lot of money. So Iowa, Wisconsin, and New Hampshire, where she is tonight, are going to be very big.
All right, and you'll be following that
we will
tonight. Okay, thank you, Pat.
You bet.